Okay, so we're going to head down to the Channel Islands and we're going to do a little bit of diving with some veterans, and it should be a lot of fun. We're planning on seeing lots of different fish, maybe doing a little spear fishing, get some scallops, and have a good time.
Ready? Okay!
My name is Jay Barth. I am the founder of Dive Alliance, and we work with veterans with disabilities ranging from PTSD to missing limbs, and we do this as a means of therapy for the veterans.
I'm Robert Money Davis. My middle name is actually Money because I was named after my mother, who was a Money. And the only problem was that I was in finance in the United States Air Force, and so that's a little bit about background of me, because I was known as Money D, and so everyone calls me Money D. And my main skills was giving money to informants to help them, share information for us, intel. That was my main. I was also a superintendent of finance back at the main base, but in the war zone I was a combat finance guy that got to go out and carry several $1 million on my back. One of the things I went down, and one of the things that stopped my career abruptly, because I was trying to go 30 years. I wanted to go 30 full years in the Air Force, and while we were sitting when I had flown into the convoy, that my commander told me, he says, you know what, you're putting my guys in harm's way by going on convoys constantly. And so I started taking helicopters, and so I took a helicopter into Baghdad to the embassy to pay some contractors. When I went in there, the helicopter was supposed to wait for me and then fly me back to my base, but a general decided that he needed my helicopter more than me, and so he took the helicopter, and so I had to catch a convoy back to my base. And it was the place I was going to fly out was about 20 miles south of Baghdad. And while I was on the convoy was hit. I always take the lead vehicle, and it of course hit our vehicle. It killed the gunner behind us, killed 2 of our guys inside of our vehicle. The PTSD was so severe that they gave me my own private room because I was screaming unreal. And because there were some other things that happened in the war zone that also happened that I don't tell a lot. But the problem was that I didn't think anything about it because I didn't know that my spinal cord had been crushed. I got out of it. I felt like, hey, everything is fine. And then little by little, I started losing use of my arms. I started losing use of my legs. And eventually I was in a wheelchair. My doctors told me there, he said, you'll never walk again. This is your life. And so they gave me a mechanical wheelchair. I was discouraged. I went into the depression that was on my life. Everything was gone. I used to run every day for miles and miles and miles. I could beat those 21-year-olds, those 19-year-olds. I could beat them on the track. But I'd lost all that skill and that ability. But I went up to the VA and found out they had a diving program. And I thought, I've got to do something to move myself out. And there's this man named Jay Barth, and he said, let's get you in the pool. So he threw me in the pool, and the rest is history.
It's just been exciting to see the huge change in these people. It's almost immediate. When you see people that, come in really wound up tight, and then they get in the water, and within minutes they're starting to do backflips and just having fun and letting loose. And they come out of the water and they're like, I haven't done that for years. And you just see that connection and the light in their eyes, and they just become dedicated divers.
One of the things about the water, especially when you've lost all your ability to walk and move and a lot of things, water, you float, and so you don't have the compression on your muscles and everything else, and you feel free. And for some reason, it turned me into a free man. I got stronger and I got stronger and I got stronger. One of the things, my wife made it, she's the purpose why I walk, is my wife, because she's the one who says, our goal is that you're going to walk at your daughter's wedding. And so I got out of my wheelchair on my daughter's wedding night and danced with her. And that was the first time I got to walk.
We do some amazing things with these veterans, and we're hoping to get more and more organizations behind us and teaming up with us. And we're getting some big companies that would like to help us, but it's better if we can have more so we can do more.